Welcome back to Wagertalk.com. In a moment, we're going to do like we normally do, and that is break down football games, make jokes, laugh, and entertain you. But given the events of this past Sunday night here in Las Vegas, I wanted to take this time to reach out and tell the families, the victims, anybody injured Sunday, and the people affected by it, that you're in our thoughts and prayers. I've never been more proud to call this city my hometown. As you know, I'm from Pittsburgh. I moved here 9 years ago. What I saw this week was a community that gathered together. They rallied around each other. 6-hour lines at the blood banks to donate blood on Monday. The outpouring of support, the donations from organizations, hotels, celebrities, entertainers here in Las Vegas to people around the world. It really moved me and everybody at Wagertalk. Also, want to thank the first responders that went into the scene on Sunday. Their quick actions saved many lives. All the people, the medical field that was on the scene and at the area hospitals working long shifts to save lives. And lastly, the Las Vegas Police Department. The police department is a thankless job. They get a lot of grief all the time. But the job they did on Sunday night in the quick actions in response to finding the shooter and ending the situation was truly amazing and saved so many lives, because this could have been so much more. We want to thank you from the entire family at Wagertalk, and also all of you that reached out to us through Twitter with DMs, tweets, emails, people we never met, just asking, hey, are you okay? It touched us all, and Vegas, as we said, Vegas strong, we'll be back. All right, guys, moving on to go, just had to get that out there. Moving on to this week, we've got Penn State, Northwestern. Brian, this is going to be your best bet. I'm going to go to you first, Ralph. Last week, Penn State, little bit of a misleading final score again. They only had 39 yards rushing. They did a lot of it with special teams. We saw the week before they struggled in the scoreboard with Iowa, not in the stats. Are you concerned about Penn State moving forward, or is this a team that's just waiting for those two big games down the road?
First off, very eloquent and a very, very nice opening to this show. Penn State, I played against them last week here as a best bet, actually lost that. But if you look at the stats, they only had a 370 to 354 yard edge. They were only plus 16 yards. And while they're very Shaquan Barkley and gimmicky and trying to get him all his touches, he ran back a kickoff. He threw a pass. That's not what you should be doing as the better team at home, as a 17-point favorite, having gimmick plays in the second half against an Indiana team. So I think right now the world is jumping on the Penn State bandwagon. I think there's value against them.
Brian, you look at last week and you talked about using him on the kickoff and that. You've got a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate, and he is so much to this offense. You worry about they're doing a little bit too much. I don't know if I would want my best player back there running kickoffs, because, you lose him to an injury. This team's definitely handcuffed. But moving forward, this is a team coming in that all we looked at was the offense because they were loaded. Surprisingly, it's been the defense. This is the number 9 ranked defense for yards per play at 4.1. That's not something we expected coming in with Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State's got a very good team, obviously. And the same thing, I listened to Jimmy Kimmel the other day, and he said everything that I wanted to say, and got a little emotional when you were talking also. So I know it's hit a lot of us trying to get back to what we do for a living. Penn State, if you keep in mind, they've lost the last 2 times they played Northwestern. So Northwestern's kind of got their number. And when you take a look at Penn State, they're 1-6 as a road favorite under Franklin. They've done most of their damage at home. I know before the season started, Chris over at the South Point pointed out they've got one of the biggest home field advantages in college football. But now they're on the road here against Northwestern team who hung in there really well against Wisconsin last week. And, when I break down my first halves, I see that Penn State has had 9 drives starting in opponent territory. They've only allowed 1. That's a very fortunate team, having great field position. If you go back over all their games, basically they're starting every drive on their 40-yard line. That's a big advantage when it comes to college football. And those are all first half numbers. They put themselves out to a big lead and they can do whatever they want. I don't like them on the road here at this. I think the number's a little bit inflated, number one, but I also like Northwestern. You know, he's a better road underdog, Fitzgerald, than he is the home underdog. But still, if you're going to give me points with Northwestern to an inflated team who hasn't played well as a road favorite since he's been there, I'll take the points with Northwestern.
All right, there you have it. Brian says to take Penn State as his best bet.
No.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Says to take Northwestern plus the points against Penn State on Saturday. That's Northwestern plus the points, and I'm currently seeing that number at plus 14.5 around town. That could go up come Saturday if the money comes in on the favorite being the public team that they are, being ranked as high as they are. And guys, don't forget, if you want to get a 7-day all-access package at Wagertalk, pick your favorite capper, jump on board for 7 days. It's the best way to go. You get every play. That's both baseball and football. And, of course, the baseball playoffs are starting this week, and it won't be too long. We'll have NBA action as well. So grab a 7-day all-access, get every play from your favorite capper, just $99. We'll be back with more here at Wagertalk.com.